It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Golden State Warriors at Oracle Arena. And for Golden State, nice job they've been doing over the last 10 games. 8 wins and not having too many problems. And for Minnesota fans, after years of waiting, they finally have something to be excited about. The young Timberwolves are on the rise, Jet.
Maybe the best collection of young talent in the league. Possibly.
Could be.
Tremendous athleticism on the wings, excellent low post play, and they're an exciting team.
And, you know, they got a very respected head coach in Tom Thibodeau. You know, he will demand the best out of them. Nowhere to go but up, Ernie.
Yeah, well, we could go to courtside. That's another place we could go.
Is that up?
Yeah, that's where Kevin Harlan is.
It's
Well, he
down,
must be
actually.
up then.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Let's begin listening to the Minnesota Timberwolves. At power forward, Taj Gibson. At point guard, Jeff Teague. At the other forward position, Andrew Williams. At the other guard position, Jimmy Butler. At center, Karl Towns. The head coach of this team is Tom Thibodeau.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Today's game continues this Golden State Warriors homestand. They have started the season with gusto. 4 consecutive wins, no losses, as they battle here in Game 5 of the regular season.
Yeah, this is a great team, and I wouldn't put it past them to continue to play at a very high level. I mean, that's the makeup of the squad. You know, they've got great character, tremendous talent, and obviously very well coached. They very well could continue to play this kind of basketball throughout the course of the season.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. And it's Teague in at the point guard. And in these early stages, Chris, of the season, how quickly do you start to get a sense of where your team stands and how good they can be or how bad they might be?
I would say that first 20 games is a really good kind of litmus test. Gives you a pretty good gauge to see where your team is. You're going to get to play against teams from both conferences. You have some really good teams and bad teams in that mix. So you kind of see how you play in all situations. Those first 20 games, you establish who you are.
First one falls for him. And, Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And, Chris, as we know, the Warriors are expected to move over to a brand-new arena in San Francisco in the upcoming years. Actually, ground broke in early 2017.
Well, it's always going to be the Bay Area's team, that's for sure. I've seen the renderings of the new stadium, and they look absolutely amazing. You just hope it keeps the same atmosphere and it allows the same fans to come.
Now here's Durant. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami.
Oh, Kevin, and 4 steals on the night. He relished being a major disruption on the defensive end.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Well, you like to see a little more physical nature on defense. You have to make him earn those points at the stripe.
Butler kicks to Wiggins over Durant. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Butler.
They lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
Pass to Green. Outside Durant. Green, the pass to Durant. Back to Green. Outside for Durant. It's Durant on the wing. Outside Curry. On the wing, Green. Good on the three-point shot. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Oh, he keeps getting more consistent on the catch and shoot. That one very much in rhythm.
Teague dishes to Butler. Feeds it to Wiggins. Towns a screen on Durant. Here's Wiggins. No good that time. And Golden State will go the other way with it. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And the story of that game was their terrific rhythm on the offensive end.
Well, it started with their energy. They played with a lot of it. And then on the other end, they looked very comfortable getting their shots. A nice start for them offensively. 3 of 4 to kick things off.
And when you watch Kevin Durant, perhaps the most astounding thing about him, C-Web, is just how easy he puts up points. He does it in a number of ways, and sometimes it's quiet, and sometimes it's gigantic and loud. But, Chris, the points are always there for him.
Well, look, he's going to go down as one of the best scorers ever to play. I mean, it's kind of strange to say that Durant gets overlooked in his ability to score by some. But I'm not sure if we'll ever see another player like Durant for quite some time.
The free throw drops for Durant.
And the former college player of the year. I mean, former MVP. I mean, Durant, the first freshman to ever earn that distinction, now at the line. Incredible.
Now here's Wiggins. His last outing, he had 8 points. And the pass to Towns. The Warriors pull it in. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, they were the better team 1 year ago, but a lot can change from a season ago to the next. They have to make sure not to take anything for granted.
5 to shoot. Here's Curry, and the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Timberwolves trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. Shoots it up. And too long on the shot.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Thompson passes to McGee. Golden State moving the ball around. Again, Curry missing.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
Here's Wiggins. Durant with some nice D.
No flow to their offense at all yet. I mean, just 1 for 5 from the floor to start the game.
Left side Curry. No good on that one. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
They would look like they had it figured out, then take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started.
And Myleague kicks to Wiggins. Over Green. And the shot falls short this time.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
Warriors leading by 7. He kicks to Curry. He dishes it to Thompson. Over Butler. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Outside Curry. It's Durant on the wing. McGee sets the pick for Curry. The wing jumper off target.
A frustrating start to this quarter for them.
And Teague has it in the corner. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Curry with the three. Curry with another miss.
Everything he is throwing up has been off. He needs to find his groove, and soon.
Hits it from three-point range. Myleague has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Back to Curry. McGee is screened. Thompson from long range. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Towns a screen on Curry. T kicks to Towns. The kick out to T. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And I'm just loving how Butler looks for his teammates. If you're open, he'll find you.
Curry with it. Picked up by Teague. McGee is screen on Teague. Here's Curry with the 3. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more.
Well, in just a few years, it's safe to say Steve Kerr is one of the most respected coaches in the NBA.
Outside Butler. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Towns, the screen. And it's Wiggins missing. And for Kerr, rare is it to see someone jumping from the commentator booth into being one of the top coaches in the NBA.
Well, we all knew that Steve had a great mind for basketball, so it isn't surprising to see his success. It's just rare to see a coach have this much success so quickly. I mean, it seems like he's making coaching look easy.
Now here's Curry, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. The shot by Thompson, no good.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
The 17-footer. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Durant. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead.
Oh, trying to take away Steph's deep ball. He goes and beats you with the in-between game.
Teague dishes to Wiggins. Now the feed to Butler. Over Thompson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Now here's Curry. He picked up 18 points in their last one against Miami. Kicks it to Green. And it's off from 3-point range. Timberwolves trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
You can see that he definitely takes rebounding seriously, and his size really helps him come down with plenty of those tough boards.
Thompson against Butler. Curry passes to Thompson. Green with a screen for Thompson. Curry kicks to McGee. Outside, Green. The tray. Curry can't get it to go.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. West comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And then for Minnesota, Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Brooks in for Jeff Teague. Now here's Crawford. He's coming off a 19-point game against Charlotte to end the drought, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, we know that some players can get pretty tricky out on the court, and that is the diplomatic way of saying it, Chris. Which players do you feel kind of take advantage sometimes of the rules?
Wow, and I think, these are the guys that you would hate to play against, but you want to play with. And, first people that come to mind are the Draymond Greens, the Matt Barnes, Steven Adams, just because he's physical. Even Chris Paul, the way that he stays on the refs, the way that if you reach on him while he's trying to steal the ball, he'll grab your wrist and let you know don't do that again because it really hurts what he's doing to you. So there's so many players that do that, and the wiser, the smarter, the longer in the game that you play, the more of those tricks you'll be able to pull out, all those veteran tricks. So those guys come to mind.
And that one falls for Jamal Crawford.
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
McCaw, he's checked in for the Warriors. Gorgie Dang's checked in for the Timberwolves. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Both free throws good from Crawford. Greg, in the areas you just talked about, rebounding and pace, the Timberwolves are very much where they want to be.
Yeah, the team just looks to make the most out of their possessions and try to beat you through efficiency. They have players that can get easy transition points when the opportunity presents itself, but in general, they aren't trying to speed the game up.
Now here's Crawford. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's foul number 2 for him.
And trying to be the first one to get his hands on the miss. Instead, he's called for over the back.
There's nothing malicious about that play. Just isn't in a good spot and can't recover.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Aldridge is checked in. Jang with the screen for Brooks. That's tipped. And now, running up the court, West pushing it up. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. West has got his first basket of the night.
And West, a knockdown mid-range shooter. You just assume it's going in whenever it leaves his hands.
There's a screen. Brooks dishes to Jang. Back to Brooks. It's Crawford on the wing. Out to the right wing. Lets it go from 14. Muhammad, no luck.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Warriors making the shot. Jang, a screen. The shot by Muhammad. Nobody around. Top of the key jumper, no good. Here's Iguodala. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And now a 10-point Warrior lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Minnesota's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Crawford kicks to Zhang. Muhammad against Iguodala. From the left block, That one wide left. Warriors leading by 10. There's 53 seconds left in the first. Livingston, no luck.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Now here's Muhammad. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
And it's Iguodala missing. Timberwolves trail by 10. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Crawford outside. To stop the drought, and he gets the jumper to drop. Crawford's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Minnesota. Livingston. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player. And if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Golden State looking at who they've got. West out there with Iguodala. Then there's Pachulia. Then there's Livingston. And it's McCaw in at the 2. Here's McCaw. Dishes to Iguodala. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Muhammad. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Gibson the screen. Iguodala against Muhammad. Jang the pass to Brooks. It's stolen by Livingston. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. And he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. Takes it from 10. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Warriors lead by 8.
Oh, and this is where Livingston makes his money. Tremendous mid-range game. Look, if you let Sean Livingston get to the free throw line and in, I mean, you might as well just be a layup. He has become lights out with that nice turnaround jumper from that range. Hand in his face, doesn't matter.
Now here's Crawford. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pachulia's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's McCaw. Back to Livingston, and that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And Livingston is incredibly lethal from that mid-range spot. He's perfected it, especially, Chris, since he likes to drag the smaller guards down to that range.
Oh, yeah. Livingston knows where his spots are on the floor, and he goes right to them. It's a big reason why his shooting percentage is high for a point guard. He's just a very smart player who knows how to make the most of his game.
Now, here's Livingston. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Crawford, trailing by 10. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
You know, yeah, I think back to when I was fortunate enough to join the Warriors as a rookie, made the playoffs as a rookie. Then the next year I didn't come back, and it was strange to see them not in the playoffs for such a long time. But look at how far this franchise has come since those days.
And the Warriors, as you said, Chris, have come so far from their years of despair back in the 90s. Couldn't happen to a better, more supportive group of fans.
Let me tell you something. From the days I played there, or of course before that, the Warriors fans have always been known as some of the most loyal fans in the NBA. Whether the team is up, whether the team is down, whether it's thick, thin, or whether it's sunny outside, or whether it's a storm. These are some of the loudest fans, one of the loudest arenas in all sports.
As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team's scoring leaders. The Warriors, number 1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
The dish to Gibson. Back to Crawford. Here's the 3. Crawford missing again.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Now here's Livingston. He's guarded closely. Over Jones. Offensive rebound. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
But that's all about going back to the fundamentals. Defensive rebounding, you got to have it, especially when you're getting waxed.
Crawford, no one around him. Drills it from outside. Crawford's got 7 points in the game.
Now, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. To the wing right side. Here's McCaw. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. McCaw has got his second basket of the night.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Crawford outside. Gibson setting a pick for Crawford over Iguodala. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Livingston kicks to Young. Iguodala with a screen on Muhammad. Young dishes to Livingston. Pass to Pachulia. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Over Jones. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Some changes for Golden State. Bell comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Patrick McCall. And then for Minnesota, Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Muhammad. And it's Jimmy Butler in for Jamal Crawford. Towns, the pass to Wiggins. Now here's Towns. 20 points for him last game against Charlotte.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Warriors leading by 9. And here is Curry. 5 points in the game. Pachulia kicks to Curry. No good with the triple.
As he continues to rack up the misses from three-point range, he still appears undeterred. He's going to keep firing from out there.
Now Jones. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Towns, the screen. Shot clock at 5. Count that bucket.
If the screen's better, that attempt's a lot easier, but he nails it even with the D still up on him.
Curry kicks to Livingston. Pachulia with the screen on Butler. Here's Curry, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists in the game. Jones with it. Pass to Wiggins. From outside the arc. Again, Wiggins missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Curry against Jones. And Curry, here we go. And the rejection by Towns. Here's Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing. Warriors leading by 9. Here's Curry. He's got 7. Young outside. They set the pick. Back to Curry. Lets it go with the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Curry's got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors.
Oh, look at that. Just a mere flick of the wrist. So calm and smooth, Steph Curry.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Well, we talk so much about what it's like on the floor, Chris, but I wonder what it was like off the floor when you were on the bench watching the team play and what was going through your head and mind. What did you and your teammates talk about as you were on the bench taking a rest and watching the game go on?
It depends on which game. You know, if you're in L.A. and you see, Eddie Murphy and Rihanna walk in, you're going to say, hey, look at Beyonce and Jay over there. Or, if you're watching a great play and you see a guy dunk on your teammate, you're not going to get too excited, but you're going to whisper to your teammate, man, did you see that? That's crazy. Or, you're pumping up guys because they've been working so hard in practice, and it's a guy who's getting his first time to kind of get in and get a good run. So you're cheering him on. And so being on the bench, it's a lot of fun. You have to stay focused and ready to re-enter the game. But part of that job on the bench is to keep the energy of the bench, and that's to keep guys encouraged, to be loose, to have fun. And so it's a lot of fun being on the bench. More fun when you're winning than losing, but a lot of fun being on the bench encouraging guys.
Different look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Pachulia. Caspi comes in for Bell. Durant's checked in for Young. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Timberwolves also changing it up. Bielitsa comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Teague in for Jones.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Towns sets the pick for Teague. And nothing is falling for him right now.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Back to Thompson. There's the pick. He feeds it to Curry. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Butler passes to Teague. That doesn't go in either for Teague. Warriors leading by 15. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Inside, Towns with the steal. Durant with the steal. Green dishes to Thompson. Pass to Caspi. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Curry back to Caspi. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Timberwolves.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the 3-ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
Timberwolves trail by 15. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Curry, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Jeff Teague.
Well, you know what? It's so funny. It's a lot of discussion as to whether Steph is now the face of the league. You know, something Steph himself says he gets a little annoyed with at the time. And a last season, a big one for Curry in the record book department. I mean, continued his march up the all-time three-made list. I mean, this is just incredible. When you also set the record for most threes in a game with 13, it was 12, a record he shared with Kobe and Donyell Marshall.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And with Curry hitting 13 threes in a game to set the record, honestly, you just knew it would be a matter of time, C-Webb. He had flirted with that record so many times before.
Yeah, and one reason why he didn't get it is because usually in those games when he makes that many threes, he's sitting in the fourth quarter because his team is blowing another team out. I mean, it happened in the game after Curry went 0 for 10 from the three-point line in a loss. Gotta love Curry's heart. Payback.
Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, and Steph Curry, you know, maybe not putting up the numbers he did from that impressive MVP campaign, but he is still one of the most feared players in the league on offense. And when he wants to, he can take over a game, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Feeds it to Caspi. On the wing, Thompson. Green with a screen on Butler. Clock at 6. Back to Caspi from deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And with Curry and his ability to put a team away in one quarter, Greg, it's absolutely incredible.
I mean, Curry just has that ability to end a game's competitiveness in a short span. What is amazing is he does so much and will often sit out the fourth quarter because of the lead he's helped to build.
Timberwolves trail by 14. Now here's Teague. And there's the pass to Towns. He kicks it to Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing. Golden State's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Now Caspi. Thompson outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
A stronger guy than some think. I mean, it's not enough just to bump Clay. You have to do more.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Now here's Towns. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. And it's Curry at the elbow. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Butler. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, just a good job here in the second, pounding it inside, getting good looks right at the basket. Big reason why they're in front.
The Warriors shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
West is checked in for Caspi. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Brooks checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Curry.
Well, and you hear about the Warriors having, an unfair amount of talent. I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that. This roster's stacked when you look at 2 MVPs that are the heart and soul of guys like Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. When you look at a sharpshooter like a Thompson, I mean, of course, those guys can play. But still, 4 All-Stars on the team has happened plenty of times in the past, but I would beg to differ that is, misleading because I don't know if the 4 players were individually as good as some of the guys on this team.
Green with a screen for Thompson. Fires the 3, and Draymond Green gets the 3. Green's got 6.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
50 seconds left in the first half, and the dunk by Towns.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
Chris, other teams with 4 All-Stars that you referred to, the Pistons in the mid-2000s and even more recently the 2014 Atlanta Hawks, still, the Warriors, 4 All-Stars, hard to match.
Yeah, and part of it is that for the Warriors, the 4 for the Warriors are all NBA-level talents. I mean, we're used to seeing 2, 3 megastars on the team, but 4 legit all NBA-level players, that's rare, even from a historical perspective.
Warriors leading by 19 points. 41 seconds left now here in the second. Pick by West. Thompson passes to Green. Green with a screen on Brooks. Shot off the screen. The shot by Curry, no good. Timberwolves trailed by 19. Here's Muhammad. Towns up top, lets the 3 fly, and it's Bjelica with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Golden State's gotten half their shots from 3-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Outside, Green, picked by West. Curry, wide open, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Curry's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Warriors.
Got it! Did he make it?
He got it!
He hit that?
What a shot!
OMG, that's how you silence a crowd.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Warriors lead by 19. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. Most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half just about ready to go.
Welcome back to the Bay Area, everyone, as we take a peek at Coit Tower with the skyline of gorgeous San Francisco just behind. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys. We'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. And it's Towns in at the center position. Count it, good. Butler's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Minnesota.
And Butler just exploits that pick and roll defense. A tough physical guy who's hard to guard in those sets.
Now here's Thompson. Green with a screen on Butler. Back to Durant. Over Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. Again, Golden State.
Sometimes you can do everything right as a defender, but it doesn't matter. Durant is just that good with the jump shot.
Teague kicks to Towns. Back to Teague from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And it's 6 points for Teague.
And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Curry against Teague. Thompson outside, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Number 1, Jimmy Butler.
You know, he's often forced to guard the opposition's top player on the perimeter, and still he's made his way all the way up the steals list.
Well, he definitely exerts a lot of energy out there on the floor. You just got to watch how he defends, and it's easy to see that he's an elite defender at his position.
Yep, it counts. And that's now 7 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, they can't miss their third make in a row to begin the half.
Curry kicks to Green. It's Durant on the wing. Green, the screen. Teague against Curry. Here's Durant. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside Teague. To the middle. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Durant. 2nd in blocks, 7th in three-point field goal percentage, and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
And as you said, 1 rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're in prove how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line. And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
And the wide open shot from Green. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, that's the shot they're looking for. A clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
The feed to Towns. This one for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 3rd assist on the night. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Outside Curry. Green, the screen. Thompson against Butler. Curry, a screen on Teague. Thompson dishes to McGee. Curry outside. McGee, the pass to Thompson. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Warriors lead by 10.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones that you don't. When you were playing, which other power forwards did you just dread, just did not like going up against?
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I love to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. You know, I played in the era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast. So for me, you know, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life, and so I really love the fact that I had to be my best every night, or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night, and you know, so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. And here is Teague. 6 points for him. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. To the middle. Towns kicks to Butler. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. They get it again. Up again. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Livingston dishes to Durant. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And you knew after the big decision to come to Golden State from Oklahoma City that Kevin Durant would feel some heat from fans around the league. And overall, he did a good job, I thought, C-Webb, of tuning it out. And he had an incredible year, his first year with the Warriors.
You're right, Kevin. And fans can hate the fact he joined a great team, but it clearly was the right move for him. I mean, look at these numbers. A career year in so many categories. Field goal percentage, blocks, rebounds. I mean, he just played well last year.
That's good from Durant. Both good from the line that time. So it's Minnesota now. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Now, here's Wiggins. He has 6. Over Durant. The putback. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 7th rebound here tonight. He dishes it to Livingston. Back to Green. Wiggins against Durant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. As competitive a guy as Draymond Green is, sometimes he can get in his own way. There's no doubt about that. Not entirely his fault. The calls don't seem to fall in his favor a lot because he is so physical, and perhaps, Chris, because of his reputation. We don't even need to go into his natural shooting motion.
Yeah, you mean with the leg? But with Draymond, that just comes with the territory. He presses buttons of refs and opposing players, and sometimes with the fans. I mean, yeah, he'll lose out on calls, but at the end of the day, he's a guy that everybody in the league hates, but will want on their team.
And the first one at the line is good. Durant hits them both. Timberwolves trail by 14. T kicks to Towns. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Oh, he has been dominant on offense. Who knows where they'd be in this game without his effort?
Thompson outside. Kicks it to Durant. Over Wiggins. Durant with another miss. The Timberwolves have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Minnesota with it, down by 12. Stolen by Thompson.
Terrific defensive instincts on display there to get one of his big paws on the ball. Fantastic job.
Here's Livingston. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Livingston's got 6.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Teague, the pass to Butler. Dishes it to Wiggins. Towns, a screen on Durant. Step back shot. And it's Wiggins missing.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Thompson outside. Green, the screen. Thompson against Butler. Gibson with the steal. Outside, Green. No good with the triple. Timberwolves trail by 14. Outside, Teague. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. 22 is their biggest lead. Durant dishes to Thompson. Pass to McGee. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Oh, and with the defense keying in on Thompson, he knows that things will open up soon for someone else.
The Warriors have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Some changes for Golden State. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Green. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Thompson. Minnesota also making some changes. Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Crawford in for Andrew Wiggins.
One shot, mind the lanes.
The free throw off from McGee.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
Now here's Livingston after the miss from Crawford. Livingston kicks to Young. Shot clock at 5. McGee a screen. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
They set the screen. Here's McGee. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. McGee's got 5.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
Pachulia, he's checked in for the Warriors. West comes in for Patrick McCaw. Minnesota also making some changes. Bielitsa, he checks in for Gibson. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in for Jeff Teague. Now here's Crawford. 10 points for him. And Muhammad gets it to go.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Livingston kicks it to West. Back to Livingston. There's the dish to Pachulia. Passes it to Livingston. West kicks to Young, and the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his first foul. Livingston with it. He has 6. Over Brooks. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got 4 points this quarter. Timberwolves trail by 18. Brooks, the pass to Muhammad. He feeds it to Crawford. Jang with the screen for Crawford. Shoots off the screen, and the jumper is on the mark. Crawford's got 12 in the game.
Oh, great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Well, he created a little separation from that mid-range. Just a good shot for him in that situation.
Now, here is Young. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Muhammad. They set the pick. Brooks for 3. That shot off, and Golden State will come the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. They host the 76ers after this game, and that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Here's West. Pick by West. Iguodala kicks it to West. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. West has got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
Brooks kicks to Crawford over Young. And again, Jamal Crawford. He's got 14.
Solid pick to create that opening. The soft touch on the jumper.
Now, here is Young. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Still with enough explosiveness and with great length to finish Sean Livingston.
1:46 left to play in the third. Now Brooks. There's the pick. It's Bielitsa. Misses the 3. Warriors leading by 18. And here's Livingston. 10 points for him. 1:21 left here in the third quarter. Pachulia with the screen on Muhammad. Young's shot is off.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Now here's Iguodala. Screen by Young. Clock at 6. Pachulia inside. Bielitsa's there. They get it back. Timberwolves trail by 18.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
32 seconds left to play in the third. And Young kicks to Livingston. Nails the baby hook. Livingston's got 12 points in the game.
After failing to be aggressive and look for a shot in the first half, you don't have to let him know this time. You don't have to remind him now. He is really taking this game over in the second.
Brooks dishes to Crawford. From deep. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot? Timberwolves.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
Huge basket there. That's a highlight reel shot right there.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors ahead, up by 15. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
One shot, then when we make a miss, run and run through so we get some spacing. Make the game easy.
You know, guys, we hear a lot of coaches preach all this. Tom Thibodeau wanting defensive rebounding and then faster pace on offense.
Yeah, and that shows you he knows the pulse of his team. He knows that they're not quite energized. Their play rises to a whole nother level when they are.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Iguodala is at the 3 with Green playing the 4. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. And it's West in its center. That's the Warriors 5. Crawford kicks to Georges Hunt. Pass to Muhammad. Over Iguodala. The Warriors pull it in. 22 is their biggest lead.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
His confidence level is through the roof today. It usually is anyway, but even by Curry standards, this has been incredible.
So it's Minnesota now, after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Warriors leading by 20. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. You look back on the last 5 off seasons or so, Chris, and there are usually huge names that change teams. LeBron, Durant, the first names that come to mind. As you went through the free agency process, how much of an influence did your agent or any sponsorships play in your role in that decision in picking your new team?
Yeah, I think every relationship with the player and their agent is different. For me, I wanted to go back to the place that I felt that was loyal to me. I wanted to go back to Sacramento because there had never been a small market team. I felt a really small market team that won a championship. And I saw Karl Malone try for all of those years. I saw Stockton try for all those years. Reggie try for all those years. And so I really wanted to be one of the first to kind of bring that back to the city. So my agent, my shoe company, no one could have said anything to take me away from that. That was a personal mission that I want, and I knew what I was dealing with at that time. But I think for other guys it's different. Some guys, want more commercials. They like to be in a bigger market. Some guys don't want that, and they're happy at staying under the radar like a Tim Duncan as long as he's winning. So I think for every guy is different, and I really believe that you have to make that decision for yourself and your family first, because if you do that, then the fans wherever you go will be much happier because you want to be there. You're not just buying time there.
So it's the Timberwolves now after the missed 3 from Iguodala. And Muhammad kicks to Bielitsa. There's a screen to end the run. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Curry. There's Green with the 3. Rebound by Jang.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Georges Hunt passes to Jang. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Now here's Iguodala. Here's Thompson. They kick it out to Green. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Chris, you see some of the rookies coming into the league. They need to put on more weight. They need to build up a little bit. And how aggressive saying that were you looking to add strength when you came into the NBA?
Well, I was fortunate that I already had an NBA-type body, and so I really didn't need to try to bulk up for the NBA. I really disagree that a lot of guys got to get stronger. Look at Kevin Durant. We all know the famous story about how trainers laughed at him when he got to the league. the NBA is unique in that, do you have skill? Can you play? So, no, Curry doesn't need to put on 25 pounds of muscle. I think we've seen Durant doesn't need to put on 15 pounds of muscle. It's more about your game. It's more about your core and your balance. You'll pick up natural weight and natural strength as you go along, but how is your work ethic? Are you in the gym? Are you lifting? Are you working out? Are you getting stronger? That's great, but you don't have to necessarily try to become bigger and stronger. Just try to make sure you have game. That's most important.
Free throw good, Teague. And Jeff Teague coming over to the Timberwolves in free agency. Greg, the team felt he was the perfect fit.
You know, and it seemed for a while the Wolves had wanted to kind of mix things up at that point guard position, and you knew they had someone in mind when they dealt both Rubio and Dunn in the offseason. Teague was their man all along.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
And as you would expect from the way he plays, Teague is a terrific free throw shooter.
Curry with it. McGee a screen. Curry dishes to Durant. Green with a screen on Wiggins. Durant with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. A pull-up. That shot off the mark. Durant with some nice D. Warriors leading by 22. Outside Curry. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing, and you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance, and right now we do not need the game to lengthen in any way, if anything, shorten, and I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos, I think would just make the game last longer.
The free throw drops for Butler. Rumors about Butler being traded from Chicago were circulating last season. Draft day comes around, and the Minnesota Timberwolves made their move, Greg, to acquire him.
Yeah, and the more you look at it, the trade looks great for Butler and the Wolves. Reunites him with Coach Thibodeau, joins an incredibly young core in Towns and Wiggins, and the sky's the limit, I think, for this young Wolves team.
Both shots good from the stripe.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Here is Durant. Feeds to McGee. Now the pass to Thompson. Green, the screen. Durant wide open. He fires. And the Warriors miss again. Here's Butler. Banked in off the glass. Butler's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Butler just too tough to contain. Incredible at keeping his focus even when the D is all over him.
On its way from Curry for 2. Green, the screen. McGee a screen on Towns. Curry outside. Another miss by Curry.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here. It's going to be Towns shooting. It's on Kevin Durant.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And the free throw, no good. And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
Here's Butler following the basket by Stephen Curry. Towns wide open. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Outside Curry. He kicks it to McGee. Wiggins against Curry. Over Wiggins. Another miss by Curry. Timberwolves trail by 18. Left side Butler. From the arc. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Durant's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now here's Curry. Outside Green. Right side Durant. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
The phenomenal athleticism from Durant. Man, he's just a tenacious dunker who spikes it in.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Now here's Teague. Now the feed to Butler. He dishes it to Wiggins. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Kicks it to Towns. Shoots. And Butler gets it to go.
And it's clear why Butler is a top-tier talent. Just remarkable at draining difficult shots.
Curry kicks to Green. Back to Curry. McGee is screen on Teague. Off the pick. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Recognizing the defensive imbalance, Curry quickly locates the open man.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Teague kicks to Towns. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Towns has got 19 points.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Outside Green. Back to Curry. It's Durant on the wing. Covered by Wiggins. Again, Durant missing. Minnesota's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Gibson setting the pick for Wiggins. Trying to break that ice cold streak. Good. Warriors leading by 16. Curry kicks to McGee. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Look how he's playing, just fearless. Steph knows there's a chance he's going to get hit. He earns himself a trip to the line.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That's good from Stephen Curry.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half, doing a great job at the line.
Stephen Curry hits them both.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And the Timberwolves call time here. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Look, they can't leave him alone for a second on the perimeter. Not the way he's shooting the three tonight.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Now T. Gibson the screen. Gibson with the screen on Durant. Goes up off the pick.
Oh!
Come on. Did you see that? Did you see that?
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Thompson against Butler. McGee a screen. Here's Durant, and the rejection by Towns. The tray. Curry can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 16 to the paint. Oh, trying for it. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim. And still varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether it's half-court transition, he can flat out fill it up in a hurry.
No good on the free throw. And Wiggins, his young career, just getting better and better at scoring, Greg, while increasing his workload.
Yeah, and very few scorers can do that, especially from that two-guard spot. Wiggins has that special talent where he can flat out carry an offense. Scary to think that this is a kid who is just scratching the surface.
That one misses. Warriors leading by 16. And here is Curry. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. The shot from the low post is good. Curry's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Just terrific determination. First compiling the lead and now building on it.
Oh, man, and this is late in the game. It's tough for a team to come back. Everything has to fall into place.
And Towns gets it to go.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Outside for Durant. There's the triple. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 16 points for Kevin Durant.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Warriors.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Steph Curry.
Well, the big thing was if he had an open look, he drained it. He didn't let any of those easy chances get away from him.
Now here's Jones. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, bucket is good. Warriors leading by 17. Livingston with it. Dishes it to Pachulia. Now here's Livingston, defended by Jones. Livingston, no luck.
Just superb defense there. You could tell they definitely affected the release of that shot.
And it's blocked, and they get it back. Here's Muhammad. No good, shot missing. And Golden State will go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Here's McCall. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Just 5 on the clock. The offensive rebound, out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Jones. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Stephen, big win here at home. How important is that momentum from playing a game like tonight?
Well, we just needed to win tonight. I mean, that was big for our morale in our locker room. And, you know, we got to practice today tomorrow to watch the film and keep getting better. It does feel good to win, but we do have another tough game coming in. So we'll be ready and hopefully protect home court again.
Well, we'll see if you can build on this win tonight. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.